Okay, so right now we are going to do part of lesson 3 for our science unit, plant parts and functions. Okay, so you will need your seed journal ready to write in. And later on, you will also want, if you are able, to have a piece of celery, a glass cup or jar, water in that cup or jar, and some food coloring. So if you have those things available at your house, ask an adult to help you for the end of the lesson, okay? Don't do it by yourself and make sure it's okay with them. Okay, so go ahead and, well, actually, before we start looking at our journal, I have a few things here sitting on a plate. So let me turn this over and you can see what I have here on a plate. Okay, now what do you see? Does it look like I'm about ready to make a salad? Okay, I've got some carrots. Try one of those out. Tastes pretty good. Okay, I've got some lettuce here. And what's this on this side? Some celery. Okay, so I've got lettuce, carrots, and celery here. Aside from 3 things that belong in a salad, what could you say that is true about these 3 things? Did you think maybe about how they are all vegetables? If that's what you were thinking about, that's perfect because that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, I told you at the beginning that chapter or lesson 3 is about plant parts and functions. So why are we talking about vegetables? Well, the way you know if a plant is or if a piece of food is a vegetable or a fruit is by where it comes from on the plant and its job on the plant. Because fruits and vegetables come from plants. Okay, so if it is a vegetable that you are eating, then you are eating one of 3 parts of a plant. You are either eating the roots of the plant, the stem of the plant, or the leaves of the plant. Okay? If you're not eating the root or the stem or the leaves, then what you are eating is a fruit. So how do I know if it's a fruit? The fruit has seeds or helps to make the seeds. Okay, so sometimes people get a little confused on what's a fruit and what's a vegetable. Because think of a tomato. Which one is a tomato? Well, is it the root of a plant? Does it grow underground? No. Is it stem of the plant and stand tall? No. Is it a leaf? No. Does it have seeds? Yes. So a tomato is a fruit, even though it goes in a salad with a bunch of vegetables. Okay, so we are going to tomorrow talk about the job that each of these 3 main parts of a plant have. So we are going to be talking about roots. Now, which of those 3 things on the plate do you think is a root? Do you know which one grows underground? If you said carrot, you're right. A carrot is a root, and tomorrow we'll talk about what its job is for the plant. Now, which part of the plant do you think is celery? Notice what celery does. It stands tall. Okay, celery is a stem. And we'll talk more about what a stem does tomorrow as well. And finally, we have lettuce. So if a carrot is a root and celery is a stem, what's lettuce? It's the leaf. Okay, lettuce is a leaf that you are eating. Can you think of other vegetables you eat that come from underground, like a carrot, and that could be part of a root? Maybe you're thinking of a turnip or radish. Okay, those are often things people put in their salads. Even potatoes grow underground. Okay, can you think of other stems? Have you ever tried asparagus? Have you ever had the part of broccoli that's just light green? Okay, those are examples of stems. And leaves. What are other leaves you eat? Here we had lettuce. You might eat spinach. You might eat the top of the broccoli. Okay, so different parts of the plants that we eat, those main parts, roots and stems and leaves, are the vegetables. Okay, so we're going to look at our next page in our book. Okay, so this is the first page of lesson 3, and we are going to write the plant parts and then draw what is an example of that part in the box. Okay, so that's pretty easy. You will be able to trace the words leaves, stems, and roots, and then just draw a picture of our leaf example, our stem example, and our root example. Talk to your family. Can you think of other vegetables that you could put in as examples of leaves, stems, and roots? Okay, so that is all you're going to do in your journal today, is write down a leaf, a stem, and a root. And you can use the 3 we used here. Leaves are lettuce, stems are celery, and roots are carrots. Okay, so that's the only page you're going to do today. So to prepare for tomorrow, remember how I said you're going to need some celery, food coloring, water in a glass cup or jar. Okay, so if you're able, the best type of celery to have for this is one that still has the leaves attached. Okay, so I'm just going to take this piece off. I'm going to do a couple of them just in case, because we're going to do a little experiment. So I'm going to take a couple of these off. Okay, and this also works best if these have been cut off a bit at the end. So you'll want to make sure that there's not big chunks on the end, but that they've been cut off. Then you're going to take your glass of water and fill it about half full. That's just about right. And into the glass, you are going to put some red food coloring. Remember, this is something you should ask for help with. So let me put that down here. Okay, pop this open. Let's see how many drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do 7 because most first graders are 7 or almost 7 now. Okay, and then I'm just going to put in these couple pieces of celery, and I'm going to leave them there overnight. And tomorrow I'm going to look at them more closely and see if I notice any changes. Okay, so we'll be back tomorrow to see what happened to our celery. Have fun with your science. See you soon.